In the 1970s, an alternative to Airfix 76 scale military vehicles came out, and that was by Matchbox. And they were, in some ways, a little bit better and newer than the Airfix offerings. They came in two colours. In this case, this Panzer III is a desert version. The, the tracks were nicer to put together because they would link into a little hole there, so you wouldn't have to put a staple in it or melt it together. The box art, of course, was very exciting, and on the back you'd get an idea of the colour schemes and a picture of the base. So here's the finished model, although I haven't finished painting the base, and it's got a rather grim little skull there to pick out later in bleached out white paint. But they were nice little kits to build, and the base was a real bonus. I used a lot of my tanks for wargaming, so I didn't really use the bases, only in a bit of scenery. So here's some of my collection. The T-34s in winter and summer. The M16 half track, again with the base. It hasn't been painted. There was a Puma armoured car. A real nice treat for UK armour enthusiasts is the Comet and the Humber armoured car. And this had a particularly interesting base for us youngsters, a nice shell hole. It's quite exciting. A nice Chaffee, Panther 2, Wesp artillery, a Jagdpanther, a Krupp Proxy truck. Again, I haven't completed the base. I tended just to build the models and use them. So the original boxes were lovely. Brilliant box art, very exciting. Really get the imagination going. When they did go out of production, Revell took on the moulds, and the clue on the packaging is the scale 1:76. A lot of more modern armour kits come in 72nd. And this is one of my Hanamads with the wall and roadway that it came in. Like I say, this is an original, albeit rather faded, example of the original Matchbox kit, and this is the fairly recent Revell offering, but it's the same kit with the same parts inside, but without the two colour plastic. I also did a rather lovely Stuart tank. They also did larger sets with maybe two vehicles in. Interesting that the French tanks. And again, Revell have re-released these. I mean, if you see them, get them, because they come in and out of production like a lot of things. And this is the long range desert group set. Another fantastic kit. And Monty's Caravan, the command truck and a Dingo armoured car. and some figures are also included. Now, you bought these kits and use them for war games, or maybe display if you like the bases. And of course, we did like the bases, and I thought after you go through that phase, you find Tamiya kits, and ends up more of a display rather than playing with, or a nice Italeri humour. And I just thought it would be good fun looking at the range of vehicles. See if I can just turn the page to see the rest of them. They did all the aircraft as well. It's the T-34s and the Stuarts. Some of these early pictures, the people have made up the bases to look like what you're going to get when you buy the kit. And that kind of gave me the idea. One of my favourite ones is the Panther tank. This comes on a nice little base with a dried riverbed and some rocks. And I thought I would build that again, just very simply, with a Tamiya Panther. It's the one you can get for around £15. It's the vintage one. I'll just move these chaps aside a moment. And here you have the dried up riverbed and the rock. And I just thought it was a bit of fun just to replicate this in 35th and just relive those happy Matchbox days and have the diorama as well as the model. Like I say, it's not going to win any shows, but it's just a bit of fun. And one of my favourite kits was of course the Jagdpanther, which is the Panther tank chassis, but mount with an armoured superstructure, no turret, armed with the fearsome 88mm gun. And again, the diorama shows it crashing through a wall, deep imprints in the mud, bricks thrown onto the pavement. And again, I've replicated this. This is the classic Tamiya Jagdpanther, and I bought some Tamiya wall sections. You can get those really quite inexpensively. I put the figures there because sometimes you used to get a couple of figures with the dioramas, though not with these two particularly. So again, if I just move the vehicle to one side, you can see the tank tracks, the broken wall. I just made the texture of a bit of decorating filler, nothing fancy. Just use the tracks to make an imprint. I just thought that would be a bit of good fun. Just show you on the other side. Matchbox did figures in 76 scale and then later on in 32nd scale as well, which were nice to complement your Airfix ones. And this side shows the rock, and I pinched a fake tree from my granddaughter's little animal set, so hopefully she won't notice. Might have to give it back. And this is the other side of the Jagdpanther crashing through the wall, going into action. Like I say, I didn't build them to win prizes at model shows, but I just thought it was a bit of fun. Trying to recreate happy days when you bought a kit home, had a little base to build while you were waiting for your paint to dry around all those wheels. You can amuse yourself painting the base up. Very simple. So there you are. What do you think? I have mentioned the Hanomag and the half track and the Puma armored car. Maybe I ought to build a little diorama to go with those two. Do the same thing. What do you think? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? And that's what the hobby's all about, really. Bit of nostalgia. So yeah, if you do see Matchbox kits around, do snap them up, and even the Revell re-releases, if you can get them, do buy them. This is the 17-pounder set. Just look out for the scale on the Revell ones, 76, and that should give you a clue. It's a great little range of models. Some of these are very old from my childhood. I'm kind of going through some of them and restoring the bases and getting them fixed up. Hope you enjoyed seeing the Matchbox collection. It's not a huge collection to rival some other people's. They seem to have every single one. I'm getting there. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you'd like to see perhaps the future builds, maybe the Puma with a diorama, also the Hanomag, and soldiers jumping out of it, do think about subscribing. Thanks if you like my videos. All your comments are brilliant. I love reading them. And I hope it might give you some ideas, inspiration. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And enjoy your modelling. Thank you ever so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much.